Right now at noon, the state awards the city $1 million to renovate the Joplin Police Headquarters.
It's cold and breezy out there, and light snow already beginning to fall for some of us. We'll take a look at how cold it's going to be and when it'll warm up coming up.
And Consumer Reports releases its top vehicle picks. We check out the hybrids and electric models dominating the top 10.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The city of Joplin files requests for $81 million in grants, asking for both state and federal funds for future public works projects. This is KOAM News at Noon. I'm Tanya Bach. Topping our first 7 minutes, the city of Joplin continues planning public works projects, hoping to get a green light. And so far, $25.6 million has been awarded. Now, the money will go towards projects like neighborhood improvements, cybersecurity, trails, and more. Now, one project includes repairs and restoration of the Donald E. Clark Justice Center, which houses the Joplin Police Department and Fire Station Number 1.
The improvements range from plumbing, heating and water, HVAC systems, to the ducting systems. It's a very old building, 1967 when it was constructed, and hasn't had any major or significant system upgrades since 1980.
The council also heard a report on the status of streetlight installations. Well, the future of Joplin may be in the hands and voices of the city's residents. Wednesday kicked off the first of 2 public meetings in Joplin to brainstorm ways to make the region more of a group travel destination. The Joplin Convention and Visitors Bureau says residents have great insight on what new amenities and offerings could help make that happen.
One today gave a lot of great information, so it's going to give us maybe a starting point. And I think that we need more feedback from other people in the city besides just the people that were there today in this room. So if you have opinions about what you want to see here and the tourists that you would like to see coming here, you should speak up and become a part of these meetings.
Well, the next public input meeting is this evening from 5 to 7 p.m. at Joplin City Hall. Well, Joplin drivers looking to avoid range line near 7th Street may need to find a different route, and that's because South North Park Lane from 7th to 3rd Street is closed for the next 10 days, depending on weather. City officials say they're making several stormwater improvements for the installation of a box culvert, ditch improvements, and a new storm sewer. It's part of the Canterbury Improvement Project. Businesses and residents will still have access to the road. Well, hopefully this cold weather won't slow construction. Chris Warner joins us with the first look at the forecast.
Yeah, it's definitely not good weather to be outdoors having to do anything, but if you've got to be out there, make sure you're bundled up because it is chilly. 7th and Range Line, you can see we've got cloudy skies and we've even got some light snow falling. When I stepped outside of Television City here just south of Pittsburgh, there was some light snow flurries falling from the sky. 20th and Range Line, roads are dry, which is good news, and hopefully they will remain that way as we go through the rest of the day. We still have, and as I kind of figured, some of the winter weather advisories from this morning have been dropped off. We still have a couple of counties that are running until 3 o'clock today, but again, the bulk of the accumulation generating winter precipitation is gone. Today will be nothing like yesterday. Made it up to 57. After starting the day at 28, so our lows are pretty close to normal. Our highs are a bit above, but the good news is, to some degree, we are nowhere near those records, and I don't think we're quite ready for 80-degree weather in February. All right, around the region, temperatures have not really changed this much since this morning. 25 Yates Center, 24 Iola. At about 7 o'clock, that's what we were sitting at. 28 Parsons, 30 Chetopa, Miami, 29 Neosho, 28 in Carthage, and 28 in Joplin. We're continuing to watch some gusty winds possible today, looking at breezes pushing 20, 25 miles an hour. Those light flurries, some light snow possible, some of us already getting in on that. And the good news is we will start warming up as we head into next week. We'll break down the rest of the forecast for today and when that warm-up will get here in just a few minutes. Tanya?
All right, thanks, Chris. Well, another mass shooting in America, this time in the food court of a mall in El Paso, Texas. As you can see, it sent people scrambling for safety. One person is dead and 3 wounded victims were taken to the hospital. Last report, 2 suspects were in custody. The location, the Celio Vista Mall, which is very close to a Walmart where 23 people were killed in another mass shooting back in 2019. We're learning more about the shooter from Monday's mass shooting at Michigan State University. Newly released police body cam video shows Anthony McRae's previous arrest on a gun charge in 2019. On Monday, police say the 43-year-old had 2 handguns on him when they found him. Officials say the guns were purchased legally but were not registered. The shooting killed 3 students and left 5 others in critical condition. Consumer Reports is out with its annual list of top vehicles, and this year the majority of the top 10 are hybrid or electric. CBS News correspondent Wendy Gillette reports from the Consumer Reports testing track in Colchester, Connecticut.
Behind the wheel of the Toyota Camry Hybrid, drivers may notice the lack of noise, especially at low speeds when it's only powered by an electric motor.
You end up with just a quieter and kind of more peaceful driving experience.
Consumer Reports automotive engineer Alex Nizick took us for a spin in the car at the top of the 2023 list that ranks more than 200 vehicles based on member surveys, safety features, and road tests.
Why is the Camry your top pick?
Yeah, so the Camry it's one of those cars, it's been on our lists, consecutive years, and it just does so many things really, really well.
It's one of 5 hybrids in the top 10.
Why is the Ford Maverick hybrid on the list?
Yeah, so the Ford Maverick is our only pickup truck on the list, and compared to other trucks, it's way quieter, way more comfortable, way nicer to drive.
Other hybrids include the Toyota Corolla, Hyundai's Santa Fe, and the Lexus NX 350h. The electric Nissan Leaf and Tesla's Model 3 are also in the top 10. In the SUV category, the Toyota Corolla Cross, Subaru's Forester, and Kia Telluride made the cut. This year's picks also highlight affordability as vehicle prices rise.
The average transaction price of a new car right now is somewhere around $45,000, higher than it's really ever been. But on our list this year, we've got more than 5 models that are less than $35,000.
Vehicles like the Camry can also help drivers save at the gas pump. It gets around 47 miles per gallon. Wendy Gillette, CBS News, Colchester, Connecticut.
Well, the top 10 vehicles all have automatic emergency braking. This year, BMW earned the #1 spot on the list of best car brands. You can find the full list of top vehicles on our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. That's a look at today's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes. Up next on KOAM News at noon, researchers are using 3D objects to save languages around the world. And later, we're making country bump. An English philosopher once said, knowledge of languages is the doorway to wisdom. And now 800 years later, researchers in England are on a mission to save the world's languages from extinction. CBS's Tina Kraus reports.
Was seen, heard, or otherwise.
The art of language is Dr. Alex Pillen's specialty. And these 3D creations are helping her bring it to life.
So currently in the world we have about 7,000 languages. And of those, 2,400 are endangered.
Researchers at University College London are using animation software to recreate sounds, symbols, and word patterns to preserve languages under threat. Experts say 40% of the world's languages are at risk of disappearing forever in what's known as linguicide.
The model indicates the complexity of that language, the complexity of the grammar.
The program prints languages as 3D models. This web of words comes from the Amazonian language Tariana. Another captures a passage in Kurdish.
We are kind of trying to physically show the complexity about what we are about to lose, not just for marginalized communities across the world, but also for the history of humanity.
Creators hope by touching these 3D objects, people will feel the importance of what could be lost.
We can imagine a point in the future where we've worked with lots of different languages perhaps, and there's a sort of a taxonomy of these models that you can start making comparisons between them.
Giving researchers the last word.
There is a slight undulation
in the struggle to save languages. Tina Kraus, CBS News, London.
Those researchers say languages are vanishing quickly. Between the year 1950 and 2021, around 230 languages were wiped from human memory. Well, still to come on the KOAM News at noon, Mr. Food.
If your gang is getting tired of the same old dinner time routine, join us in the test kitchen today as we reintroduce you to an old favorite, with a twist.
And if you're getting tired of the same old temperature routine, there's warmer weather on the way. We'll tell you when that's going to get here and what we have to go through first coming up. It's cloudy, it's cold, there's even some light flurries and a little bit of light snow bouncing around out there across the area. And we knew it was coming on the backside of this system that did bring some stronger to severe storms to some of us last night, has now moved on out and left us behind. And what it left behind itself is just absolutely cold, nasty conditions. Just nothing but clouds on the camera at 7th and Range Line. Same situation at 20th and Range Line from the MoDOT camera there. The good news is there you can see where there's still some wet spots down the center lines of the roads, but otherwise they are dry, which is great news. We still have a couple of our extreme northern counties under winter weather advisories through 3 o'clock today, and we're also still dealing with gusty winds pushing 20-25 miles an hour, and this will continue as we head into this evening and into the overnight. We'll start to calm down through our Friday, which will be nice, but once we get into Saturday early morning, we start to see wind gusts return to that 20 to 30 mile an hour range. Could even see some of those gusts start to push 40 miles an hour as we head into Saturday night and into Sunday morning. They start to calm down once again as we get back down to a 20 to 30 mile an hour range, and thankfully we'll see calmer winds after that. We haven't shown the drought tracker in a while because in all honesty there haven't been any updates to it until today. And the good news is we are continuing to see improvements. A lot of the severe and moderate and just dry situations here extended a lot further east. It's all getting backed up. Now, parts of southeast Kansas still under exceptional and extreme drought, along with the severe drought situation. But we are continuing to see improvements, and the more rain we can get, the better off we'll be. As a matter of fact, we're still slightly above average so far this year. That's a trend that we need to continue to help with that drought situation. All right, 28 in Joplin, cloudy, some light flurries flying out there. I mentioned earlier I stepped outside the station here, some light snow falling. 17 is what it feels like with a west-northwest breeze at 14. And it is cold on the backside of this system. We got 24 Iola, 27 Chanute, 30 Chetopa, Miami, 29 Neosho, and 28 in Lamar and Carthage. A number of these temperatures have not changed throughout the day. As we go through the afternoon, again, some of those light snow showers, a little bit of flurry activity, still possible into the early evening. And then take a look behind all this as we head into our Friday. There's nothing wrong with the future track. We just don't have any clouds expected through tomorrow. We're looking at mostly sunny skies. Not a ton of warming up taking place tomorrow, but at least we'll see some sunshine. Before we get into Friday morning, we start to see clouds build back in. And as we head into Saturday evening, we're watching the possibility of a few showers. And as you can see, right along and south of I-44 seem to be the main focal point for any shower activity as we head into Saturday evening. Going through the rest of the day, still looking to make about 35 as a high today. We'll still see some light snow, some light flurries. Not going to add up to much, but it still may happen as we go through the evening. As we get later into the evening and toward midnight, we start to see just cloudy conditions, and it's going to get downright cold as we drop back to 24 for our overnight low. Again, mostly sunny tomorrow, only 42 for the high. Slight chance of some scattered showers Saturday, but we're starting to warm up to 45. And then take a look at Sunday and Monday as we creep into the lower 60s, holding on to the 50s, mid to upper 50s as we get into Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. And the only trade-off there is maybe some evening showers Tuesday night running into Wednesday morning, so maybe a bit of a cold rain. But as I mentioned with the drought tracker, we're starting to see improvements. And the more rain that we can get, the better. And it's best that it's spread out like this. We don't want to deal with any flooding concerns. We just want to get that drought situation under control. It's kind of crazy that we're still talking about it all these months later, but we just have not had the precipitation to make up for the dry, hot summer we had.
Oh, well, that's true. We need the rain. We need it.
And we need some warmer temperatures, too. I'd like to thaw out for a little bit.
Me too. I'm ready for spring and then summer.
Absolutely.
Not scorching summer, just
summer.
Pleasant.
Exactly.
We can have that. All right.
We'll try.
Thanks, Chris. Well, stick around. We're making a country bumpkin fried steak in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. Well, who doesn't love a good country fried steak? Howard shows us how to make an extra special country fried topping in his version of the old-fashioned favorite in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
When it comes to making dinner, one of the biggest challenges many of us face is, what can I make that's different? Let me help you by introducing you to a recipe that's easy, budget-friendly, and comforting. It's country fried steak, and it goes together like this. We start off by seasoning some cube steak with salt and pepper. And then, for a twist, we dip them in some buttermilk. You see, the buttermilk adds a tang to the breading and helps tenderize the meat. We coat both sides really well with some yellow cornmeal, which will ensure lots of crunch in every bite. After pan frying them, when the coating is golden and they're cooked all the way through, we place them on a wire rack. Then, in the same pan, we add some seasoned flour to the drippings, whisk in some milk, and when this thickens, our gravy is done. Serve this up with some mashed potatoes and a veggie, and say goodbye to your boring dinner time routine. Let me assure you, this is going to be a new family favorite. To get your hands on our country bumpkin fried steak recipe, all you have to do is visit our website. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a fast and budget-friendly way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
That gravy looked good too. You can find this recipe along with a lot more good food from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen online. Just go to our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. Here's a look at our 4-state market prices.
Got some light snow, maybe some light flurries across the area through the early evening hours. It clears out. We're down to 24 tonight, 42 tomorrow. Wind picks up Saturday and Sunday, but we also see temperatures pick up into the 60s Sunday, Monday. Some rain chances Tuesday and Wednesday. We're nice through Friday, and then by next Saturday, another system comes in, gives us a chance of some wintry weather, and knocks our temperatures back down into the 30s. So the roller coaster ride is not over yet.
Not over yet, darn it. All right, what do we have coming up tonight at 5?
Well, at 5, new research confirms something a lot of parents already know. Young kids not eating enough fruits and veggies. In Health Watch, we're going to look at the CDC's latest numbers. Plus, Miami residents have a chance to voice their concerns about flooding at a town hall tonight. We're going to hear from the city ahead of the meeting. And we tag along with 8th graders as they tour the McDonald County High School. Hope you'll join us for those stories. A lot more, of course. It's all coming up today on KOAM News at 5.
All right, thank you, Dal. Thanks for joining us for KOAM News at Noon. We'll see you right back here at 5 o'clock.